With the rerun of these crowd control units, I want to see if they could beat the crowd control mode itself, Fallen. In this mode, you don't actually start with enough to place anything except Commander, which doesn't do any damage, so I put on auto skip here, and we're going to save up for a Frost Blaster. And skipping the wave is needed here. I mean, we can take some damage, but that would take way too long. Once the wave finally skips, then we can actually place down a Frost Blaster, and this will kill every single zombie if you place it fast enough. If you don't, it's completely fine. I don't know why I'm commentating like you guys are going to do this. You can, I guess, but it's really not ideal. So here, we're just going to let the Frost Blaster handle the early waves. Its crowd control is really nice, actually. It has some Pierce, I think it is. I can't tell if it's Pierce or Ricochet. I put Pierce in this video because I'm not completely sure. But it also freezes them, which is pretty important because then with our Firework Technician, we can use this to round them all up and then just blow them up. We'll place our Firework Technician like right over here. And, I mean, this area works as well, but I like this spot more. We don't want to place it just yet because the chance to proc right now is very low and it's expensive. I'd rather just get a bunch of Frost Blasters. You see I'm getting them level 1 because it gives us more freeze time, it gives us hidden, and it lets us worry about it less. So I can just like let them do all the heavy lifting. We want to eventually get a Commando down. These Commandos are going to be our source of DPS against the bosses, and especially the Fallen King. Because I have before in a video completed Fallen mode with Commando, except it had other towers helping it out, such as Archer and stuff like Swarmer to help do DPS. But here, I really only have Frost Blaster and my Firework Technician. Getting the next upgrade on Frost Blaster is also ideal, because it also gives us defense melt, which lets us just do more damage to things with defense. And if it doesn't have defense, I don't think it's relevant. But that's like the only reason we're not doing it right now. And I did get a Firework Technician down because it handles crowd control very well. And this is just a Fallen Squire, and my Commando should just take this on. There isn't much right now that will like actually challenge us, since this is early game, and Frost Blaster really helps her in early game. Skipping forward a bit, we'll get down our first Commander, and also you notice that I put on 2x speed because I forgot to at the beginning. Pretty simple reason why, but I mean, it just makes this round go so much faster, and I didn't have too much time while recording this. So, without like commenting further on that, let's keep going on. I placed down our Commando, and I'm going to place down my DJ very soon because DJ gives a total discount, and that's really useful. Right now I'm going to put it on red only because there's a boss and I don't want to die to the boss, you know? That would be horrible. Or I don't want to waste like, too much time trying to kill this boss. One of my biggest problems in this formation is that I don't have many places to place my Commando where its Pierce will be fully utilized. But putting my DJ on green really does help because at least I'm able to not spend as much, so I can sell my things if I need to, and I won't like be completely in debt, you know? And the ability is also a big plus because it gives me some money. So Commando you can place 8 of, so that's the reason I'm trying to figure out where I want to place them. I see this area up front, which I want to place in, right next to the Frost Blasters. Right now in the screen, it's in front of it. So the right of where the path comes out, that's the first area I thought of, and that's where I will eventually place them. I do get this Frost Blaster upgrade because it gives so many buffs, like, it's just worth it. I mean, like, slow, defense melt, chill time, it's just really OP. I don't know if it's actually worth it, but in my mind, it's very worth it. And because I have Firework Technician, they can also hit flying during the like, I think it's 20 seconds at max level, but right now it's only 10. But 10 seconds is more than enough, I will say. So, all we have to do now is continue upgrading everything, continue getting everything ready, and then we'll be fine. I want to place more commanders somewhere, so I'm waiting to try and figure out where I want to place everything else, because commanders need to be able to be in range of everything. And, well, it's fine to not have them in range of everything. I do want it in range of most things. Or, well, I want most things in range of it. It's actually the opposite way, you know? And this giant only gets past because it has bloated, I'm pretty sure. So, just getting my commanders, like I said, I would put them over here. I don't know how I want them. I don't know if I want a square formation or an L. Or, I guess, no, it's just an L. Or backwards L, actually. So I placed it in a backwards L, and that's only because Pierce and stuff. But I think this was a small misplay, but it's so small, it really doesn't matter. Because the only real thing is the 35 Russian stuff. But I'll be fine then. So I want to keep spamming Commando's ability because I want it to keep recharging, and I want to just keep using it. Now, I don't know if this is a misplay or not, because I could, of course, save it for when I need it, and just let my commandos handle the stuff that I don't need it for. But then again, it feels like a waste, because I'm not, like, recharging. It's like using a charger on a device when it's already at full battery. It's charging, but it's only actually going to do something if your battery's being used. That's a horrible analogy. So, I keep spamming it. I don't know why I'm spamming it here of all places, instead of the cross in the middle, where the start and the part where they go over again crosses. Because that area is so much better to put it, because if there's any left over, then the next enemies will walk into it. Because there is a cooldown, or there is a lifetime of it. And I kind of hate that they nerfed it a lot, because it used to be like, I think it was 120 seconds. And now it's only like 30 seconds. That's a huge nerf. But it's completely fine. I understand, I guess, a little bit. But I kind of wish they didn't, because Commando still doesn't, like, stack up against Excel and stuff. You know, I just wish they didn't, because he's not, like, all that good of a character. So there's really no reason to nerf that. And I'm placing him in the complete wrong position, because I'm spamming with 2 fingers. So you'll see some end up on the area where the tanks are right now, the APCs, instead of on the track where I want it to be. Amazing. And I'm trying to chain my commanders, but I'm really bad at it while doing all this other stuff on 2x speed. I should have just not put it on 2x speed, you know? I would have been able to chain commander correctly, but luckily that hasn't hurt me yet. I always want to use the APC ability though. That's my main thing to do. That one got a little further, but I mean, I'm just stacking them at the beginning so the next enemies I come get absolutely nuked. Because this is the wave 35 rush. You guys can't see it because my display ratio is 4:3. Why would we do this? So I literally can't import videos at the correct sizing. And okay, but I'm just getting more Frost Blasters. Because Frost Blasters are really good for crowd control, as I've said. They give defense, they have pierce, they have freeze, and you'll see some things are just getting frozen. And frozen, like, they just can't move. So they're just getting shot by my commandos for free. I actually thought this might be close to the end, because even these things are getting pretty far. These, like, runners and, like, the fallen hero, I think it is. And I think this is the final wave. I'm not going to check. It's like off the screen because how CapCut has it. Enough talking about CapCut. There's a million things wrong with it right now, and I wish they would change it. But no, this is wave 39. So this Fallen Guardian is the last thing. It has all these buffs. So I was wondering if I could kill it, but then I realized pretty quickly that, yeah, Commando's OP, its ability, but yeah, its actual DPS isn't as much as its ability. Its ability is like the majority of its use because it has crowd control. The Frost Blasters are also very nice, freezing it, so they literally can't move. And Firework Technician's pretty nice as well because it gives some nice lead damage and gives everything in its range for 20 seconds. It allows it to see any enemy. The minor caveat is that it's only for 20 seconds, so it's probably ran out in this clip. Now, this was actually a pretty bad rush, and they got pretty far. I actually thought I just didn't have my things on red because I didn't know how they were getting that far. But it's because I wasn't microing everything, or not microing, but chaining my commanders and chaining my commando abilities. But after I fixed that, I was fine. So I want to use the APC ability here, but I also have to use my missiles. And I haven't seen the APC ability was off cooldown yet. But as soon as I do, you'll see that I do click the APC. So I won't really comment on that when I do eventually do it. Except for the fact that, yeah, no, it was stunned. But yeah, you see, I just keep using my missiles. And then I'm also trying to use my DJ ability because it does minor DPS. It's very minor. It really doesn't make a difference in the long run. But it does work against crowds. So crowd control as well, I guess. I mean, everything in this loadout has some form of crowd control. And I'm trying to chain commander, and he's pretty low, so I'm pretty confident I will win. But I'm not sure if I'll need to micro things to win. I have it on 1.5 times speed here because they fixed the rare fire bug. There's no reason to have it on 1 times, except for microing efficiently. And I just used this APC ability one last time to be sure. And then he dies right there. Small pause in my voiceover because it took me longer. It took longer than I thought.